Oops. Sorry. I was getting ready to say, and we are live. And we weren't there.
We are live behind stage.
Yeah. We were not live. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what I was thinking.
Cheers, y'all.
I am exhausted, is what I'm thinking.
Peter White, Lori J. Let's see who
Oh,
else
yeah.
is here. Sugar Kitty's multitasking. There's Jimmy, Big Daddy,
Yeah. Mr.
Josh
Mom.
Fritz, Wigwag.
Lady C's Crazy Life Adventures.
Oh, nice. Cheers.
And anyone else who hasn't typed anything in there, we can't see.
Yep, there's Woody's Garage, who's got samples on the way via my personal assistant.
The one that comes and picks it up and packages it and takes it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. We're uptown around here, you know. Totally hand delivery.
Whoa. Well, what are you sipping on right now?
Oh, a little light scotch. It's a Scarabus. Looks like
scary buzz, huh?
Look like that.
Okay.
And it's not showing up real well.
I'm sipping on peg leg porker.
Oh, okay.
Now this is from a guy. He has a barbecue joint in Tennessee, and this was made in collaboration with a distillery there. It's Tennessee bourbon.
Oh, okay.
Tennessee straight bourbon. So
via the Lincoln County process or no?
What's that?
Via the Lincoln County process or
I'm not sure.
Normal bourbon.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they charcoal or not. I don't know.
Oh, it's in Sugar Kitty. I didn't know that. Scarabus is
it is hickory charcoal filtering process.
There you go.
There it is. But
hickory charcoal. Right.
There's nothing that says you can't charcoal filter bourbon.
Yep. I go Sugar Kitty. I Pete for fairly cheap too. You're welcome, Woody. Your your mystery sample. Well, you'll see what it is. But what I did with his is I put. He wanted a peat, he wanted a rye, and then surprising. So for the peat, I put in Ardbeg 10, and then for the rye, I put in one of those the Bottle and Bond Still Austin. They're straight rye, 4-year-old, which is quite tasty. And then for the mystery sample one, surprise sample, I'll let it be a surprise. But I'll tell you, it's a Kentucky distillery, an older Kentucky distillery.
All righty. Well, we'll stop you before you say too much.
Okay.
There you go. Let it be a surprise.
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah, I went for a short ride today after work. I didn't have a lot of time. I was going to do just one little loop on my motorcycle and went around a little loop. And I turned up Yadkinville Road up by my house over here, and there was a sheriff car sitting there, and I made it on yellow. And so he pulled right up behind me, going down. So I go all the way down Yadkinville, and I take a left. He gets over in the turn lane with me. We go all the way up, and I'm looping. I'm just making a loop coming back home. So I go all the way down this one road, and I make a left, and there's no reason to go that way. He makes a left. We go all the way down that road. I make another left because I'm heading back toward the house. He turns behind me, follows me all the way around, and I get finally I pulled off into a parking lot of a church. And he pulled in there, and he pulled up beside me over there driver's side was right here.
Yeah.
And he rolled his window down. He's like, "What kind of bike is that?" And I told him, and he loved Triumph motorcycles.
Oh, okay.
He said, "I didn't mean to make you nervous." And I said, "Nah, you didn't make me nervous." I said, "I was just wondering if you thought I had drugs or something." I said, so, he was just laughing.
Jody driving around tapping his head like it's a cop. It's a cop.
Yeah. But, it was funny. So yeah. I was being loopy, but
yeah. Three lefts don't make a right. Well, I'll say what 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts does.
Yeah, that's right. And so, yeah, I mean, I didn't have a lot of time because I had to get back here and do the show, get it all set up and everything. We're working a little later than normal sometimes here
Oh
lately,
yeah.
but no, it's all good. But no, I had the topic tonight I wanted to talk about. But first, before I do that, let me get these hashtags going. The hashtags are not related to the topic. Hashtags don't matter. They're just worth one entry to the quarterly bottle giveaway. We're not giving away bodies. It's a bottle.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, the quarterly bottle giveaway. But yeah, the first one. Let me play because we got to be at least semi-professional here. All right, so each one of these, if it lands on you, all you have to do is put the hashtag in the chat, and there it is. And trust me, it's made up bunch of crap tonight, just animals. I didn't really have time to go get a bunch of pictures and all that stuff, so it's just a bunch of. And I tried to make some of them a little funny here and there, but anyway, the first one is bear. The hashtags don't matter, but if it lands on you, you do get an entry to that bottle giveaway, which is incidentally on April 24th. Also, incidentally, oh yeah, also, and I'm the one doing the samples tonight too, and I'll get into that here in just a little bit. But right after the bottle giveaway, I am going that next week. I'm going to be, or that next day, I think. Yeah, I'm going to be traveling. And I'm going to be on the road for 3 weeks. So we're not going to have a show for 3 weeks in a row. And Mark and I were talking about it behind the scenes there before we got the show started. And he said, well, I may just take me a damn vacation then. So I was like, good.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you do that.
Be a good time. I needed some excuse to take a vacation. That'll work.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I'll be I'm not going to pack my, all my stuff. I mean, I'll have my laptop with me, but I'm not going to pack the cameras and the lights and all the junk. I'm not going to do all that. So
yeah, don't blame you.
Yeah, and so it'll just be on a hiatus for a few weeks.
There you go. No worries. We've been at it for a couple of years. You need a break anyway.
Yeah, I'll probably put out a few shorts or something. Or short form videos. I'm not saying shorts like hashtag shorts, but maybe a couple of minutes long or something like that. I may do, but very unedited.
Yeah,
probably just raw footage from my phone or whatnot.
There you go.
I used to do that more. We would go camping and stuff, and I would take a couple of bourbons with me out on the. But we don't have the camper anymore. But we would go glamping in the camper trailer. But I'd get around the picnic table, set up my little tripod, have my phone on it, stuff like that. But I may get into doing some more little stuff like that. But
I need to get a little small tripod like that. It doesn't extend up very high, sort of thing.
Yeah, the funny thing, because the threads on those, I forget the caliber and everything, but they're what gauge they are or whatever. But all those cameras, there's 2 different sets of screws, like threads on them. There's a small and a large, pretty much. I mean, I'm sure there's some variants in there, but that's your 2 standard. You got your skinny one and then the fatter one. And I bought a 3D cam, and it came with a little tripod, and it was a nice little tripod. But I'm using it at the bottom of this. It's a monopod. Is what this is, holding my stream cam up.
Oh, okay.
And I do that. And what I did was there's this company called iRig, and they have these weights, and so basically that's a selfie stick screwed onto a tripod. But what I did was I put 2 of these iRig weights at the bottom of it, so it won't tip over.
So you rigged it.
I rigged it, yeah. But what's really, really nice about the camera and that monopod is you can put it very close to your bar, table, whatever you're doing, and you don't have these big tripod legs sticking out.
Yeah.
Because it's only has a surface about like that, on the little tripod at the bottom.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I
Mine.
said, when I first got this camera, the dogs came in and knocked it over. Yeah, it probably did some damage to it.
Oh, gotcha.
Probably why my picture's not super, super duper clear.
Gotcha. Hey there, Mr. Richie J and Marty, Whiskey Nose. How you doing, fellas?
Yeah, I tried to join some stuff here and there through the week, but man, people, I know I'm early, especially for people on the westernest coast over there. But I got to get to bed, man. One, I'm getting older, and two, I gotta start work early.
Oh, yep. Oh, the winner of the 2024 Coach Hall of Fans this year. Put me in their banner at the Lucas Oil Stadium. Oh, well, nice. Congratulations there, Fulton.
Awesome, man. So, yeah. So the topic I was going to talk about tonight, it's the bourbon boom seems to be over. So
seems to be slacking off for sure.
It's slacking off, but it's down like 2.7 or 8% or something since 2022.
Okay,
which is not a sharp decline.
No,
but it's not going up anymore.
Yeah, people are starting to slack off a little bit on buying, and I'm starting to see, different bottles out where you can actually find them occasionally now. Like say the E.H. Taylor small batch. Usually if that's around, it's gone in within minutes. And I was in my local Total Wine. They didn't have it on the shelf, but they had it on like the customer information counter sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They had it there, but they had like 2 cases of it. So, limit 1 per customer, which I'm all for that.
Yeah,
so and it was still a little over MSRP, but it's to be expected really with anything associated with that. That's always a little overpriced.
Yeah, what I was going to say, I think that the articles and stuff I was reading was going through 23, so they didn't capture 24 yet. But Josh said it's down 4% last year. That's getting significant, along with, and certainly not trying to start anything political here, one way, either way or the other. But the tariffs, we don't know the full impact that these tariffs are going to have on distilleries either, with Canada blocking U.S. stuff coming in and Europe putting I think it was a 50% extra tariff on there or whatever.
For example, there, Peter White lives in Canada. He's no longer buying bourbon because he can't find any. A lot of them took it off the shelf.
But yeah, and that depends on what province you're in or whatever. Yeah, they took action.
I think somebody was saying it's still around in like maybe Ontario or something like that, or Toronto.
Maybe Toronto. I think Ontario was one of the ones that banned.
Was it? I haven't been keeping up with any of that, honestly, so I actually have no idea.
I hear things and I retain about 40% of it a lot of times if I'm not studying it. I'm not that into it, and so don't quote me on the stuff.
He can still order from Alberta.
Yeah.
So
all right,
there's that. I wonder if he could order from like people in the States, and have it shipped across, but it would probably charge some sort of weird, tax just to bring it across the Canadian border. That's probably why they keep all the good Canadian whiskey up there, and we don't get all the good stuff down here. They send like Crown Royal, fruity flavored.
Well, I mean, they found ways to get around stuff like with Temu and stuff like that, shipping from China, and it's supposed to be either banned or have huge tariffs on it. And, it's hard to keep track of all that.
Yeah.
But I think what we're going to see mostly, and I need to spin, But I'll tell you what I think my prediction's going to be. Oh, Pendleton Rye.
Yeah, the Pellington Military Edition.
Aha. All right. So good luck, all 15 entries on the wheel. This is for one entry. And if you have not supered before, your entry does, Jimmy's random content. Your entry does get an asterisk, which means you have to be present to win. Let me write this down, mark that off, and then I'll get this next one set up.
Just because Peter White was here, some blended Canadian whiskey. Doesn't look very, very dark, though.
Oh, yeah.
We'll give it a nose.
Yeah, I kind of went in alphabetical order here.
Okay.
Sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. There, I went on ahead and posted it. There it is. It's bull. It's a bunch of bull.
Mm-hmm. Bull hockey.
Yeah, we had bear, we had bull. Then I'll get into the other stuff here.
Most decline here. Still 40 folks in line every Saturday for the allocated drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was never me. I'm not standing in line for anything. I don't care. I find it on the shelf, I'll pick one up. If not, yeah.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see is a decline in the non-distilling producer category. Because there was so many NDPs came out during the boom.
Yep.
Trying to take advantage of that. And if it's slowing down, people are going to stick with the rivers and the lakes that they're used to. But they're gonna stick with their favorite brands. They're gonna get their bar pours, they're gonna get their stuff. And when you have a decline in interest, the people are going to stop trying to go out and buy every new thing that hits the shelf. But mostly, like, I don't run out and buy every NDP. No. That's silly. I try here and there. If they say they're doing toasted barrels or something special, I'll try it.
Yeah, some of them. But I mean, a lot of those are going to probably go out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, considering what MGP has been doing, they're slacking off on some of their stuff.
Yep.
How much they're selling to everybody else. They're like, hey, y'all need to make your own whiskey.
Yeah, because they're focusing on the Remus and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing Remus and what they have don't they have Penelope now, which has been sourcing from them to start with, anyways.
I think so. Yeah, and that's why you're seeing Penelope kind of grow.
Mm.
But yeah, I think they understand that they can probably do better as a standalone.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think Storytime is getting some different picks from other places besides Canada now. And Found North is still some dang good whiskey. This Pendleton I just tried, it's really light. It's a 6-year-old too. But I guess because of the Canadian climate up there, it doesn't age very fast, I should say. So it's real light. It's your normal wood sugars, pretty light whiskey.
Yeah, this is the point. Josh made the point I was thinking is I don't think some of them give a shit if they fail or not. They ran in, they were doing a cash grab, trying to ride the wave, and they will get washed off out to sea. And
exactly. Completely fine. They deserve. Yep. There's one down here by me that's who was it? Whiskey Vault just had a little thing on them of Fierce Whiskers. And that was a couple of tech guys that, made their money in the tech field and then started their own whiskey thing down here, their own distillery. But they did it big. They got big, big rick house, big distillers and everything else, and then saved up and didn't hardly release anything for like at least 2 years before to let it age some. And he seemed to think it was okay, like a decent rye. He tried a rye and it was decent, but he was having some notes of like spearmint, kind of peppermint kind of notes. And I'm like, that's not the kind of rye that I like.
I was searching for something right quick.
A little floral note to it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So Whistle Pig may be hurting with these tariffs because they're already damn expensive.
Oh yeah, they're
But
stupid high, anyways.
yeah, but
And
they
they
were
shouldn't be.
sourcing from Alberta.
Oh, about a premium.
Yeah, because they're in Vermont, but they were sourcing Canadian rye down.
Yeah, a
Now
lot
I
of the
don't know
older
where
ones.
they source their bourbon. They do have a bourbon. They have a 10-year bourbon, but they can't source that from Canada because they wouldn't be able to call it a freaking bourbon.
Yeah. All right, what's up with my lighter? I need some more juice.
Huh. Yeah, I got the little butane can.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's true, Peter, but it runs out after a while.
Oh, but it's aged out there in Oregon or Washington.
Oh, really? I thought it was Vermont. Oh, Pendleton buys. Okay,
Yeah.
Pendleton. I was going to say Whistle Pig. I thought was Vermont.
Let's see. It does say cut with glacier-fed spring water from Oregon's highest peak, Mount Hood.
The good from the hood.
We got good old glacier water.
Yeah, that's it right there. A Whistle Pig is just a groundhog at a high price.
I like that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ahoy, Groovy.
Ahoy, Groovy. How you doing, sir?
But, talking about those NDP cash grabs and things, a lot of them, they didn't really have a lot of overhead. And there's probably someone that they just had some extra money to invest and they thought, hey, this will be a surefire way to make a quick buck. And they probably already doubled their investment,
Very possible.
They don't care anymore.
Considering they didn't have to get a distiller's license, buy a still, rick house and barrels and all that kind of stuff. That's a huge investment.
Oh yeah, they didn't. They have to do. All they had to do is that NDP. See if I can hit that chair. One more. I have one more to try later. Well, I moved back. See, I'm further back because when I was up at my other table, I could hit that chair every single time.
Got to get more arc on it.
Yeah, and I one of them I thought I need to throw this harder, and so I did, and it went over. And so I've been trying to time it out where get the right power up behind it. It's a guy thing. Shooting paper balls in a wastebasket.
That's real light. What is the proof on this? It does not drink warm at all. It's gonna be like around 90 or 80. Yeah, 80 proof. That's why.
Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about the proof. This one is 90. So, and then I've got a 93 picked out here. I'm gonna pour a Yellowstone here in a little bit, just because I like it and I haven't had it in a while. And then that's an older bottle too, so it's different now. And then I've got a Peerless pulled for later. That's 109, I think. Yeah, 109 proof.
Yeah. Yeah, Scotland has literally hundreds of independent bottlers. Yeah, because they know how to blend and they got good source stuff.
They're bringing something to the game, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And, blending is definitely an art form. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. What I don't, when I was talking about cash grab NDPs, I'm talking about the ones that just straight up ass bought barrels, bottled them, and put their label on them, and that's it. They didn't do nothing to it except make a pretty bottle.
Oh, that sounds like Bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Buy a lot of MGP, slap a Bullet label on it, and send it out the door.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes, because somebody made a damn movie with it, then you don't
Yeah.
fail as quick. All right,
Oh,
so the next time to spin. Time to spin. All right, here we go. What the hell? I don't care. Okay. There we go. All right. Good luck, all 16 entries to the bottle giveaway. I almost said quarterly drawing. We don't do that. Boom, Mr. Richard J.
congratulations, sir. Did Chad ever kind of decide on what they thought would be the bottle giveaway? Stick with the still Austin Nancy pick, or try something different?
Well, you mean for this one?
Coming up.
Oh, well, whoever wins, we had talked about if they want something different, we'll discuss it with them.
Okay. I mean, because we'd go with something different too.
Well, only thing I say is the bottle giveaway is based off of a $90 bottle.
Okay, so you're saying that if they wanted like the E.H. Taylor small batch, we'd have to throw in a benchmark.
Something, that's why I had the slides last week or whatever as suggestions of things that were around $90. Okay, baby bull. Here's a calf. Here we go.
Yep, calf. I got 3 of them at the farm right now. 3 youngins.
I know I've said this.
Spear.
Yeah, I know I've said this before, but I would go out to the river levee, Arkansas River, and there was levees all out there, and a lot of had cattle gaps, and they would have cows roaming around the levee, of course, and they're crapping everywhere. And there's this distinct odor that comes off of a cattle, pasture. And we'd be driving through there with the windows rolled down. Somebody that wasn't from around there would be like, "Oh my God, what's that smell?" And I said, "Smell like money."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was traveling with my buddy that's an oil driller. He drills for oil. And we went through this one little town, and it smelled like sulfur big time, because they have oil derricks. They got oil pumpers that are pumping oil and stuff like that. And there's always this gas, too, with it. And I'm like, dang, this place stinks. He said, nope, smells like money.
Yep, I'm going to have to pull my Ardbeg Oogie out now.
Fresh crack, try my first Ardbeg Oogie dog. Oh, there you go, Orlando.
I love it. I love it. Can't get enough of it. I can't find it right now.
I just picked up a fresh bottle because I killed mine about a week or 2 ago.
And I'm looking for. I don't want to kill this one yet because I don't have another one.
I went by this one Specs. It was on my way to my normal Total Wine. And I went in there thinking, it looks like a pretty good size Specs. Let me check this out because I've never been in there. And oogie. And I picked this one up there. But like I was saying, when I went in, I walked in and I'm like, holy crap, this place is huge. They had food, they had cheeses and all kinds of different stuff. Had a really good size humidor. I mean, walk in, big humidor. And then they had a huge selection of scotch and a lot of independent stuff that they had picked, and different imports from other different scotches, lots of different scotches, a huge aisle of scotch. And I'm like, oh my God. I found this one there, Kilcairn. This is batch number 11. That's a heavily peated Campbelltown scotch. It's quite good. But I haven't seen that around any other shelves. So
Josh wants to know what's the price of Octomore near you.
Let's see. Saw one at Total Wine for over 200. Yeah. The one that I bought was about, what did I give? Well, I want to say like 130, 140, something like that. But I know the owner of the store, so I got it closer to his cost. But yeah, they're around 140s to 250, depending on where you find it. Hey, Teresa.
Teresa La Guerra.
they had the 14-1, I think, at Total Wine for like 250 or something like that. I'm like, nah, it's good. I like it. I've got one of those, but they're they're good. I mean, Octomore is a really good uh, expression, but I mean, for the price, get you a you get a Port Charlotte, get a Port Charlotte 10, or um, what else would be good? Lecheg, get a Lecheg 10. There's a lot of other really good peated scotches out there that were a lot less pricey than an Octomore.
I don't know. I just like the Oogie because it reminds me of good barbecue.
Yeah, Udall is about, what did I get for that one? 70. Hang on, I may have the receipt.
I think it's around 80 to 85 here,
Okay.
but I've gotten it on sale.
I do
I
have the
hate when they
receipt.
do that. I find something I really like and they put it on sale, and then people be like, "All right, I'll try it for that," and then they love it, and then they can't keep it on the shelf after that.
Yeah, our bag, the Ugadal, I paid $78.97, so $79 for that
Yeah,
one.
that's what I think that's about what I pay here, but I
Okay.
was adding tax in my head
Okay.
to be
Yeah.
about between 80 and 85 somewhere.
And then I got a Compass box, the Orchard House, which is really good. I got that one for $53, and then
Yep.
the Brooklotti Port Charlotte was $73.
Yep.
So
Mark likes
$73
to
compared to $250 for the Octomore. Yeah, I'd go with the Port Charlotte.
Mark likes to call it brisket burn ends.
Yeah,
But
smoked
yeah,
brisket
it's
on it.
good.
Yep,
It is
that's it.
so good. Mm.
Like brisket burn ends. Goes really good with a cigar too.
Huh. I just want to get one of those. What's that? A Norland whiskey glass.
New Orleans.
You know
I
what
got
I'm talking about?
got
The
this one.
double walled one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then they have one that's smoky black, like it's coated.
Okay.
And I didn't want to get it because I want to see my bourbon and whiskey. But I would just have to laser engrave Oogie on that thing because that would be my Oogie glass.
Cheers, Charles. Mm, man, that's tasty.
You know
Yep.
what? I have to pour one now. I can't wait. I usually wait till the end, but I'm gonna pour. I'm gonna get another glass and pour it.
Well, you can always, pour it in another Glen, set it off to the side.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna use this other glass. It's different. All right.
Yep, it's good. I like it.
I went on ahead and poured a decently healthy little pour there.
I just poured, man, maybe an ounce, a little less than that, I think, though.
Oh, that's probably. I meant I didn't go shy on it. I poured a whole pour because sometimes I'll do that and I'll pour like a half a pour or whatever.
Yeah.
But I got it. This is actually a Glencairn glass here, and I have it up to the curb.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
healthy 2-ounce pour then. Picked up a tail of ice cream and a palo cantado
Oh,
in,
so
in
good.
DFW. Oh, nice.
Wow. I'm gonna let it open up.
Heck yeah.
All right,
Oh,
y'all.
there you go. Each Taylor small batch. That's just a quintessential freaking bourbon right there to me. And if it was
Yep.
back where it was priced where it's supposed to be at, like around $45,
Yeah,
yeah,
it would be.
that would be on the stocked on the shelf all the time, and be a daily sipper basically.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I just picked up one at Total Wine because it
Oh,
was there,
ah,
and it was $65, I think, which is still over MSRP. I think MSRP is around what, $50, 55 maybe, something like that.
I'm too fat for gymnastics. Hang on. All right, god dang it. I know. Alarms are going off. I'm trying to get my cork. Ah. All right. All right. There we go. Now then. Okay, now crawl
State minimum
myself.
$53. Nice. That's a good price for it.
Boy, I tell you, I hope the ladies appreciate me trying to maintain this dad bod because it gets in the way a lot. All right. Spin this. Whoops. I have to share. Hang on. Have I been sharing?
What? I don't see anything.
Well, I have been though before here. Yeah, I don't know. I almost didn't share it. All right, good luck, everybody. Here we go.
Oh yeah, you've been sharing the spins.
Okay, making sure. Oh, it's a plus
Jimmy
one.
again.
We're gonna spin again. We're gonna spin again. Where's my arrow? Where's my cursor? What the heck? Come on. There it is. I couldn't see my cursor for the confetti. All right, Sugar Kitty. There we go.
Sugar Kitty says, "What? You lifted the Glen to your mouth?" I personally call that gymnastics.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good at upper body stuff. Yeah. Very flexible when it comes to the bourbon stuff.
Jody, you're sexier than a tomcat in wool socks.
Oh boy. I sacrifice. That's it.
Right, Jimmy? That's 2 already, and that's still young.
All right. Here it is. It's chicken strips.
Chicken strips.
Well, I just put something up there.
Chicken.
I started to put Chick-fil-A, but that would be they don't sponsor us.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
That's grocery store brand chicken strips.
Whoops, missed it. Oh heck. Now you got my mouse going all over the place here.
Yeah.
There we
I don't know. What's going on?
Tuck and roll is just natural when you get to be 60. It's the stopping. It's not the problem. It's the starting.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Cheers, Cindy. Good to see you, girl.
This is why I don't like sweet stuff. You see how I'm getting, well, it's spring and allergies and all that. But I drank, for whatever reason, I went down and I got some chicken wings from the grocery store. They give really good chicken wings down there. And I asked them, I said, what the hell did y'all put in here? Because they're addictive. And they were laughing, and that cashier was laughing. She said, I've heard that from more than one person. But they had an orange cream soda Coca-Cola, or I think it was orange cream or something like that, Coca-Cola. Anyway, I saw it and I was like, yeah, why the hell not? And I grabbed one. They have the little coolers right by the registers.
Yep.
Sliding door thing. So I was like, and somebody was checking out in front of me. And that's where you have time to sit there. They put the candy down at eye level for the little kids, and they put the Coca-Colas up next eye level to the adults. And I saw it, and I had to have one. And it wasn't very good, but I drank it. I got to get this marked down here. Kathy Bates.
Hey there, Kathy Bates, Miss Sexy Voice.
Kathy B.
She's getting in on your samples.
All right, well, let me go ahead and play the sample video here. It's mine tonight, so we'll play this. I will tell you that even though it says mystery box, it would be a mystery, but unless you prefer otherwise, I was going to do North Carolina bourbons in it. We have a
Oh,
lot of good distilleries here, and they actually
Orlando.
distill the bourbon.
Oh, that's cool. Orlando. Had a visit from RJ the Fed Friday night. Was in DFW. He brought over 6 bottles. Thomas
Mm.
H. Handy, Weller 12, Shanks, Baumburgers, and a Michter's 10. Heck
Oh,
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
That's nice to be able to try all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've of all those 6, I have a Weller's 12. That's it.
I've had the Michter's 10 and the Weller's 12. Well, I don't
Mm,
have them now, but I had them before.
yeah.
Um, and I've had bottles of them. I've tried the Handy
Yeah.
in a sample,
Okay.
uh,
I've not
but
tried the Thomas H. Handy.
somebody sent it to me because they wanted, I forget what the swap was. We were swapping,
Okay.
and we swapped 4-ounce samples. So,
Oh, dang.
yeah, I keep some 4 ounces around. But all my, about all my 6 ounce ones, the 300 or the 350 milliliter or whatever it is, the little, the little hip flask bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
375.
375. Yeah, those are, I think I have one left over there. But that's when we do the big bottle swap. Like, oh, you're able to get that bottle. I'm able to get this bottle. Let's pour, and send each other
Yeah, half a bottle, basically.
half a bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like half a fifth.
So yeah, that's I've done those, but I can get my hands on more of those bottles. I just have to order them. But I have right now. I have 4 ounces, 2 ounces, and I think I'm out of 1 ounce bottles, which means the samples are going to be 2 ounce samples.
Yep. I think I have a few 1 ounce samples left. A decent amount of 2 ounces, but I don't have any of the other ones. My 375s were different, small bottles that I got from Crowded Barrel or something like that.
Yeah.
And one
Well,
of those is full of Weller Antique 107 because I won a bottle of Weller Antique, and when it got here, the bottom of the bottle was cracked and it was leaking. So I had to pour it out into something.
Yeah. Dang. Oh,
So
what I was going to say about the samples. The samples are super chat, super sticker only. You get 2 entries for every $1. But even if you don't win the samples tonight, you get the same 2 entries toward the bottle giveaway, which is on April 24th. And they're not restricted entries. They are full blown entries, which means you do not have to be present to win.
put the banner up for you.
There you go. You got your
I'm
laptop.
learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning this stuff. Oops, hang on. I've left it off. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm starting to figure this out a little bit.
Oh yeah, okay, that's the right banner. Okay, yeah, it's an updated banner. I was going to say, hopefully that's an updated one. It's not the quarterly draw because we don't do that one.
April 25th. I checked it out earlier while you were scrolling through Facebook videos.
So did he get all his stuff off the laptop?
Yeah,
he wanted. Okay, good.
Yeah. Mainly a bunch of pictures, the kids when they were babies and all that kind of stuff.
I have to take a sip of the oogie.
Oh, there you go.
Brisket, baby. That's some good barbecue right there.
Mm-hmm. Got a little sweet to it. It's quite tasty. Wigwag Workshop's in there for 2.
Yep. That's 4 entries right there.
Yes, sir.
And any super removes all of the asterisks from the entries. And it's one of those things where just in case you can't make it, on that week,
There you go, Bourbon Engineer. He's always in for those 750 milliliter samples if you're out of the 1 ounce bottles.
Yeah. Yes. Only those would be yeah, I can send you those, but they would be Bird Dog Peach, Bird Dog Apple.
Oof. I have not tried it. That actually may be actually pretty tasty. I have no idea, or it might make a really good mixed drink. But I've not tried any of those. And what's the other one? The shine ones. What is it? The moonshine ones where they have all the different flavored
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Hang on just a second. Good luck, everybody. This is worth an entry to that bottle giveaway.
They come in a mason jar,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sugar Kitty is +1, just one, and there's another one. And spin again, because if it's repeat winner. Big Daddy H. There we go.
All right. Congratulations there, Big Daddy.
All right. Now, I was coming up.
The Bird Dog peanut butter is good with Mountain Dew Pitch Black. I've never ever tried them or even seen Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
Yeah. Well,
I'm a regular Mountain Dew guy. Tried and true.
All right. So I was coming up with animal names that were in alphabetical order, but this one is like more Snoop than furry.
Oh, DOWG.
DOWG, because dog only has 3 letters. My hashtags have to have 4 letters. So
cheers, Oak and Agave.
DOWG.
Let's see, Oak and Agave. That would be Reposado.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 ages. There's the lighter aged and then the darker age.
Actually, I think there's 3. You got the Blanco, which is unaged.
That's unaged.
The Reposado, the Añejo. Yeah. Reposado is like just 6 months or so.
Yeah.
And then your Añejo, which is like a year or a little bit more, and then you got the extra Añejo.
Oh, right. Yeah, I just counted that as like once you get to Añejo, it's like the sky's the limit. I mean, it's,
yeah. You get extra aged. I finally found a bottle of the Fontaleza, but it was the Blanco. It was not the aged. So I got it, tried it out. It's pretty good.
The a-hole.
Well, that's another guy Marty.
It's definitely not Marty unless he's having a bad day, and then
stir fried chicken. Mm-hmm.
See here. Oh, you know what? I was going to do something right quick. I've been meaning to do this.
Okay. But meaning to get another pour. If you're a fisherman, little shameless promotion here. This is a friend of mine's company, Pinnacle.
Okay.
Should be on the back.
I had to give Mr. Fritz a wrench.
Pinnacle Marine Outfitters. It makes like deep sea fishing poles, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good quality stuff. Oh, let's see here. Well, let's might as well fresh crack this sucker. We'll give that a shot.
Speaking of, it's coming up on summer, and I kind of bring this up a lot every year. In the spring, but if you're in the market for a Yeti cooler, I encourage you, and I know they don't sponsor us, but I encourage you because I bought one for under half the cost of a Yeti. It's a Taiga cooler. They're made in Texas, and I only knew about them because I lived in Texas there. And they're phenomenal coolers. And I bought this years ago, and that thing is holding up super well. And I got mine. They do a swirl on it, like they can do the basic white like a Yeti, type thing. But mine's camo actually, because I just there was a promotion and I could pick a color on the cooler. like a premium color for free,
Yeah.
and I got the camo. All it
Oh,
is
cool.
like a camo, like the 3 or 4 different colors of a green woodland camo, just kind
Yeah.
of swirled through the plastic.
Oh,
It's
okay.
pretty cool though.
Well, that's kind of cool. Get rid of all of that junk over there. Give us here a fresh crack. Try a little orchard box.
All
Compass
right,
box, I should say.
a
Orchard
compass
house.
box. Yeah, your
Compass
video
box.
freezes every once in a while, just for a couple seconds.
Just for a second. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I'm probably going to have to wind up running me a Cat 6 from the house out to here.
I would and 6 is fine. I would suggest going ahead if you're going to do it. It doesn't cost hardly any more at all. Just run an 8.
Yeah.
Just get a Cat 8 and run it.
Yeah. I'll just do that. Get a variable Cat 8 and run that.
Yeah, because the Cat 8 goes up to 500, or like right now we're on a gig, and it goes up to 5, or maybe it's 100 gig. I can't remember.
Oh,
I'd have to look it up. But anyway, future proofs, right? So
mm-hmm.
if if you're like 5 years from now they offer a 2 gig or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
the gigabit or whatever, or
Oh, man. That is so tasty.
100, what, 1,000, I'm drinking right now. I'm not going to give tech advice, but except for get a Cat 8.
Okay. I'll do it. That's good stuff right there. Really nice, fruity. No peat.
Wow. Man, I like fruity and no peat.
That's this one for sure.
What is that
Orchard
again?
House Compass
Orchard
box.
House.
It's a blend. John Glazer, and
Okay.
it's a Compass box. The Orchard House. It's the expression on this one. They have a bunch of different ones. They have like Peat Monster and a
Okay.
bunch of other ones. Yeah, it doesn't show. I got too much direct light on me.
Mm-hmm. No, I was thinking at one point of getting another camera. Well, if I get another camera, I would designate this one as my side camera. But to bring up another, because I can log on, again, and then bring that up in the basement. And I've done it before with my phone, but I can hook that into my phone, that camera.
Yeah.
And actually bring and log in with my phone and put me in the basement. And then I could just bring it up when I wanted to show something in front of that camera.
Oh, gotcha.
And then bring it up big on the screen, full screen. And then, it would give
Use
us
it as a second camera.
Right, second camera.
Gotcha. That'd be a good way to do that. I'm probably just going to get a second camera.
Yeah, but you have to have a way to bring it up,
Oh, yeah. You're right.
So, but like that thing has USB-C, so it hook into your phone, and you can actually, use it hooked into your phone. Your phone still functions and all, but it's actually logged in on StreamYard as another you.
I wonder if I could come up on my phone and just add it to chat.
Now you can go into settings and switch cameras manually.
Yeah.
But like right now, I can go into my settings right here, and I'm just going to switch it to my FaceTime cam, right? But look at the buffer. You see, there's a buffer, and then that's on my FaceTime, and then I can go back to my Logitech. Boom, right? You can do that and have another camera hooked in, but that would work, right? And then you could do it and then bring it up. Yeah, see, like right there. Yeah, just mute it.
Mute. It won't mute.
Oh, I muted it. Hang on.
There, can you mute it? There you go.
There. But see, you can do that, and then, but it's not. It's you gotta.
Yeah. It's doing all kinds of weirdness.
Yeah, it's giving feedback.
Stay.
There we go. See, and then I can go solo layout.
Now I got it on mute. So, yeah, here you go. You can see the bottle now.
Yeah, see? And then I can just take this off.
Yeah.
Oops.
Back
Put us
there.
back. Yeah.
Oh,
So if
there
you
you
want to
go.
show something, you can log on that way and have your phone on,
Yeah.
and you can do, and we can name it whatever we want. So we could say, MG Cam 2 for,
Yeah.
Mr. Great Shot, and then BB Cam 2 for me. And,
Hey,
we could have that in the basement, and then we could just bring it up full screen or whatnot.
there you go. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I just
Very cool.
haven't gotten that complicated with it yet.
Yeah. Well, that's the first time I ever tried it. So,
Yeah. Oh, I
I
have
didn't
to spin
even
though.
think about it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is worth an entry to the bottle giveaway.
Ooh, bottle killed a Lot 40 Dark Oak Fruit Bomb. Yeah.
Boom. Big Daddy H is a +1. Look at there. People are winning and then getting +1.
Dang. And
And
we're
then I have
spinning again.
to again.
Let's see. Come on. Who is it this time?
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates. Congratulations.
All right. There we go. And going ahead and set the next one up. Oh, yeah. Oh, this was my reminder. This was my reminder. And I told myself I would remember, and guess what? I am remembering. All right, so this one is Eagle, sort of. America. And that's when I said, you know what? I'm going to actually go over here and play this. If
Nice
you have not already
segue.
done so, please go down. It's free and it's right there. Just click the little chink, and that really helps us out.
Nice segue.
Drinking the Yellowstone and the Oogie, it's like taking a bite of a good barbecue and then following it with a bourbon. Which is
I
one
can
of my
see that.
favorite pastimes, by the way.
I can
I
see that.
love doing that. I've done it before where I cooked the riblet. You know how they cut them all down, and you have those little riblet things at the end of a full whole rack. And I cooked a bunch of those one time, and just had you just have to be real careful not to overcook them. That's it. They'll dry out quick because they're so thin.
Yep.
But for just having them, they're way better than trail mix in a bowl if you're just sitting around drinking. They're just little riblets, and people can divide them up and all that. And God, they go good with bourbon if you do them right. I do the brown sugar and the apple cider and all that stuff. Yeah,
So fruity. Apples, peaches, and pears.
yeah. I told Big Daddy H a couple of weeks ago or whatever that I'm trying to thin my bourbon walls down because I'm going to merge everything over here, and this will be all bourbon. This up here is going to turn into scotch. And then behind me down here that you won't see is going to be regular bar.
Oh, like mixers, things like that.
Yeah, it's going to be vodkas and gins and, and of course I'm going to have several different vodkas and also things like, when we were talking about Bird Dog earlier.
Oh, Lori,
Jim
what'd you
Beam.
say? Yeah, Jim Beam apple.
Yeah,
I
Jim.
missed
Well,
it.
I've got a bunch of different flavors. Yeah.
Lori said something earlier and we missed it.
Uh-oh.
So we can see you. Hang on. Let me scroll back up. I missed it. She must have said something earlier.
Well, yeah. I mean, we try to keep up with the chat, but it gets difficult.
Occasionally, yes, we do miss some stuff. That's for sure. I'm scrolling and scrolling. Let's see. There's we been. I'm not seeing anything from earlier. I don't know. I'm still scrolling and looking.
Huh.
Well, Lori, you may have to post it in there again because I just have not seen it. Unless it was real early.
Let's see. Oh well.
I don't have a timestamp on this, so I can't tell when and stuff was.
Oh, it's easier. Well, but no, it's the L. I'm looking actually on YouTube, and I don't see anything for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it didn't post right.
I'm back at the beginning. Lori said she almost couldn't find us because she's just glad you just put up the link.
Oh
She
yeah.
found it. But that was the last comment was like at
Maybe
the beginning.
We had a glitch.
Yeah, it must have glitched out or something.
Yeah.
What was that, or Sugar Kitty? Probably had the Kleinless and that. We had either plain Benrick or Linkwood. Not Linkwood. I think I may have had some Benricks. Benrick, I believe is how you pronounce that. I'm not positive. But Kleinless, I think I have had somewhere. It may be gone now. We got some Koala. Barden. No, I don't think I've ever had maybe the Benrick. Definitely not had a Linkwood that I know of.
Well,
Hey,
I
cheers,
have not.
Cheers, sir.
I haven't had that many scotches. My scotch is my scotch knowledge is I love Dalmore 12 as just like a regular old, little sipper, scotch that I can pour anytime I get a scotch itch. And then everybody knows I love the oogie because it tastes like barbecue without buying barbecue.
Yeah.
And then the other ones I'm more familiar with. I was looking down there because I don't like the Jura.
Yeah,
it's cheapy tasting.
it's okay. I've got one bottle of that. Yeah, it's okay.
That's all right.
I'm sure that I would buy a second.
It makes a decent old fashioned, by the way.
Really?
If you make it like an old fashioned, but it adds a little tint of smoky to it, and I think it's pretty good there. But Jura is definitely more of a mixer than a straight sipper.
Yeah, it'd probably be good with like a little Sprite added to it or something.
Yeah, like I said, I've done it in the well, and not the regular like old fashioned, but I have a old fashioned mix that has the cherry flavor already in it a little bit.
Jura, the redheaded stepchild of Scotch.
yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, but no, I've had the Glen, the Glenfiddich and the Glen Morangi is the other one I was thinking of.
Yeah,
and then
Glen
I'm familiar with those. I'm familiar with Aberfeldy, the 12.
Yep. That's a good.
Familiar with that one.
That one's good, cheap, and a good zipper.
Yep, and I've had a couple others, but I'm not a big into Scotch guy. I would like to be into Scotch, but it's freaking expensive.
Yeah, well, you can definitely go find cheaper bourbons.
But I can get really good bourbon for $55, and there is no way I can get unless I get lucky, is get a really good Scotch for too far under 100.
Well, I find some decent ones for between 60 and 75, $80. I mean, like, the the Oogie was under 80, and then the Compass box was just a little over 50
No,
bucks, 55.
well, and I have to spin, but I'll do that in a second. But the Dalmore 12
Mm-hmm.
at $70,
Okay.
and the Oogie at about $80 ish.
Yep.
Those are my two favorites right there.
Yep. And then Bunaheim 12 and Classic Laddie.
And when I
Classic
say
Boone.
those are my two favorites, with my limited knowledge, those are my two favorites as of today.
Yep.
Josh Fritz.
I mean, a lot of your Glenfiddich and Glenlivet, those, the lower expressions like 12, 14 years, something like that, they're under $80.
Yeah, but I haven't had them. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, and, I'm willing to try things, but I want someone to, because I thought I had a scotch one time and I was trying to be all Billy Badass, with it. And I went to a place and I was like, hey, I was traveling and I was like, and I don't remember the scotch now, but I
Mm-hmm.
said, because I had gone to a tasting
Yep.
at a Ren fair. And no, it wasn't a Ren fair. It was a Scottish Highland Games. They had,
Oh,
they were actually doing the games, not
yeah,
a
yeah.
bunch of bakery, right?
The,
They
the
were
pole
actually
toss
throwing
and
poles and shit, right?
yeah, yeah.
And so they had a Scotch tasting at the Scottish Highland Games. And
As
that
they
was in
should.
Texas there at UTA, University of Texas at Arlington,
Mm-hmm.
ish area, on their campus. And I tried this one, and I can't remember the Scotch now. So
Oh,
I thought, oh wow, and the guy sold it, man. He was fucking plastered, dude. This dude had been doing tastings like all day, and we were there in the afternoon.
one for you, one for me.
And somebody in the back there, they were like, "Oh, I got wood," and everybody's dying laughing. but but I went on a business trip after that, and I went to a liquor store, and because I like taking stuff back to my room, because hotel bars are, God, you can run up a $200 tab like pow, right? So I walk in and I'm looking and I don't see the scotch, and I'm like, "Do y'all have this scotch?" And he's like, "Oh, hang on." And the other guy came up and he's like, "What is it? What does he want?" "Oh, he wants that old cheap stuff that da 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 da." And that right there, I was just like, nah. You know what? I'm gonna get. How about this? And
Yeah.
I didn't even do the scotch. I went back to bourbon because that's what I know.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was like, no, cancel it, nix. Let's do this over here.
Yep.
And
All right. What?
to be honest with you, I couldn't remember if I liked it or not because I had probably already drank like 7 Guinness before I did the bourbon or the Scotch taste.
Kathy Bates says, "What's next? The next spin?"
Oh yeah, I have to spin, don't I? Okay.
Or I don't know. Did we put it up there yet? We haven't
Did I
put it up
spin
there. Eagle was
already?
the last one.
Okay. Yeah. Oh God, cancel. I see. I got all mixed up here and lost my way. Okay, and Kathy Bates keeps us straight. It's Red Fox is what I was thinking of when I said Dirty Fox because Red Fox used to tell them dirty stand up
Oh
jokes.
yeah,
So
Sanford and Son, maybe.
yeah, but
You're old enough to remember that.
he was a comedian, that got a show, But
So you want to have the JW Dant blended Scotch? No, I've not tried that one.
I do not like Monkey Shoulder. I'll tell you that. Monkey Shoulder is disgusting to me.
Yeah, it's okay. I've had one bottle of it, so I haven't replaced it.
I mean, I'll tell you this. I know you like those guys out there in Texas, the Whiskey Tribe or whatever.
Yeah.
Daniel is always trying to sell you on Monkey Shoulder, and he's the only reason I bought a bottle of it, and that fucker's sitting right there. I will send it to anybody that wants it. It's damn near full.
Well,
That is
I'll drink it if you don't want it, but
it is disgusting.
it's not disgusting. It's just it's mainly malty. It's really straight up malt.
It tastes so cheap. It tastes waxy and cheap and malty and whatever, but it's just that is not. And it's not peated at all. It's it's the worst of an unpeated. It's like the worst of 3 unpeated scotches.
It makes a good blend. You can.
You can play those on the air. Yeah, Dirty Fox. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you can't play none of that old Red Fox stuff nowadays. See, look, Whiskey Nose likes these. Thinks it's a pretty good blended Scotch.
Boy, and here's the thing, and we've said this a million times, that whiskey is a personal thing. I personally can't stand Monkey Shoulder.
There you go.
Yeah, at least the bottle I bought. Maybe I bought a uniquely fucked up bottle. I don't know.
Heck, yours may be corked or something. I don't know. You may have a bad cork and just be funky.
Man, but I got it home, and I was they had the little metal thing on the side of it with the 3 monkeys, and I was like, all right, Whiskey Tribe, don't let me down. I poured me a glass of it, and I was like, this sucks.
Well, have you tried it recently?
I went back to it and tried it again, and I still didn't like it. Tasted like I won't even finish that sentence. Tasted like something that had human mayonnaise on
it. Ew.
Mm-hmm.
What is that there?
I don't know. Maybe it's the bottle I got.
Macallan 3-year Bourbon.
Worst Scotch on the planet.
Yeah, but Bourbon is not the greatest. I've had one of those too. It's a cheaper Scotch for sure.
A blended malt. It's more like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, Jody. Fulton, I did not see that. I do like Randy Travis though.
Well, Randy Travis went cuckoo crazy on Cocoa Puffs, and alcohol got him. He used to do when I worked for Cook Children's Healthcare System in Fort Worth, and Randy Travis always came, and he was like the premier star for picking for preemies, and it was a charity event, for premature babies, and he was there for years, and then we had to drop him because he had that running naked through the streets, just blitzed out drunk, type shit.
Geez. Yeah.
He kind of destroyed himself there.
Oh, McChillan, it's okay. So it's just barely 3-year-old stuff. Yeah. Now the limited edition ones, those might be better.
I'm gonna go put. Well, there's it looks like the samples are probably going to go to Kathy Bates right now, but I'm going to load
only a couple other people in there.
We have 2.
This is a pretty decent Scotch, and it's fairly cheap too. Glasgow 1770. Sorry. It's pretty cool. Nice, interesting little bottle. It's kind of fluted and stuff.
Wigwag. Oh, not shot. Shop. Almost put Wigwag Workshop. All right, Jimmy's in there now. I'm going to add Jimmy.
Oopsie. I've never had a decent Scotch. Miss Laura J., get your husband to get you a bottle of Glenlivet Caribbean cask. Try that.
All right. Right.
It looks. I'll get you one that shows you. This one here. Oh, come on with the light already.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me turn it down. There you go.
All right, and circle. And we're
Glenlivet.
at time. I have to spin. And then right after I spin this thing, I really have to
Try that.
leave the show with you for just a minute. Let me present this screen because I have to go pee. Like, I'll have to pee.
Yep. Yeah, when you got to go, you got to go.
I gotta go. I gotta go see a guy about a horse and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Lori J. That is, yep, that's the first one.
There you go.
Mr. Ritchie earlier that got it.
Yep.
Okay, stop sharing.
So
Let's set the next one up. Woo, it hit me all of them quickly. Golly. All right. Let me mark that off so I can. Okay. I'll post it when I get back, actually.
okay.
I'll be right back, and then we'll do the next slide. All right.
Okay.
Wow.
So you really need 7 to 8 years Scotch based on their aging method. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. You know, at least that 7 to 8, 10 is preferred. 12 even more so. But you can get away with, you know, the more aged a Scotch is over there, the better it comes out, in my opinion. We should get that Glasgow around here. Yeah, it's a relatively new, but they're putting out some really good stuff. I've had the regular and their peated one, both of them really good, tasty. Now, granted, I'm still partial to Kilhoman, you know, because I'm a peat head. We have the Glenlivet Founders Edition. Well, the Founders different than that one. That one there that I showed you, this one, the Glenlivet, the Caribbean Reserve, is aged. I believe it's got like a second maturation in Caribbean rum barrels, which gives it a really cool kind of fruity flavors from that. That's one of my wife will actually drink, and my wife is a tequila fan. She drinks mainly tequila. Finn PF is a huge fan of Glasgow. I don't know who that is, but I like Glasgow. Yes. But he'll be all right. What are y'all sipping on in the meantime? Anybody sipping on anything decent? Of the Kilhoman? Oh, they're not even close to 12 years. It's got to be at least. I think Sugar Key will correct me, but I believe it's got to be at least 3 years to be able to consider it to be a Scotch. Period. Oh, sunlight reflection here.
Well, Scotch has stiffer rules than bourbon. Is that what?
Yeah. Now, like one of the Kilhoman I have, this one is a single cast maturation, and it's 10 years old. And that one's from 22. So they're going to have some stuff that's 10 to 12 here shortly. They have some that's matured that much already.
All right. So the next hashtag is gopher. And I said animal or intern, you know. That was one of the bad things. Is like we had intern positions at the company I worked for.
Thank you, Sugar Kitty.
And they come in and we have paid interns, but they don't get paid a lot. We do the split thing where we pay the school and them. See what I wanted to, yeah.
I want to know if Jody would go to his March store, so I know
merch.
So I know.
Oh no, I don't sell. My glasses aren't on my merch store, but I can sell glasses for sure. I've got prices worked out on those. I think I still have it in my banners. No, I do not. You know what? I'll have it ready for next week. I'll get my
it's
deal.
in the hole.
In the hole. Yeah. Oh, I like they drain the pool, and he's like, he picks it up, smells it, takes a
Yep,
no, yeah,
yep. So
Baby
Baby
Ruth,
Ruth,
yeah.
that was a classic movie, really.
Mhm.
Just in a blend of Walleye Run, single malt, 10-year, Eagle Rare, and a few drops of Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye. Okay. That would be different. That's an interesting blend.
Hmm. Oh, and I do like blending my own shit at home. Oh, have you ever done that, Mark, where you've tried a whiskey and you've tried other whiskey, like maybe a couple of weeks later or something? You go, wow, that those are similar, and then you pour them, and they're really different. But
Mhm.
there is a thing that makes them like it triggered the memory. And then what I do at that point is go, I wonder what they taste like together.
Yep.
And I'll blend them in a glass and shake it around and see if they complement each other. You can come up with some good stuff that way.
There you go. Yep. Well, that's what this turned out to be here. That was a blend
Yep.
of 8 different Still Austins.
Oh, that you've got a killer setup there to keep doing
And
still
that one
Austin
turned
blends.
out fantastic. It really did.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with Bourbon Engineer. I sent him a sample of that, and also sent him a sample of the Tanager, that red box. And Tanager is a blend of 3 different whiskeys from them.
Mhm.
But I added in basically the same things that they used in that, but then I added in a few more, and in some of the Madeira one too, and it made it much better, actually, I think, than the Tanager. But that one was expensive by itself. So if they blended it like I did, then it would probably be even more so.
Yeah, Lori, I don't know what was happening. We searched back through the chat. We did not see the questions coming in. So,
Yep.
um,
Yep. Sorry,
hopefully, yeah, sorry about that.
yeah. See, Bourbon Engineer agrees with me. He said it was even better than the Tanager.
Mm, yeah,
It did.
yeah,
It
that's
turned out really good.
yep.
I was surprising.
Man, I don't know which one to sip on next. But we're gonna spin this thing here shortly,
So tasty.
and we only have 3 people, so you have a pretty good chance on the samples.
Oh yeah, 3 or 4. I thought it was
We have 3. Yeah, Wheel's good. Wheel's good.
okay.
We have Kathy Bates, Wigwag Workshop, and Jimmy's Random Content right now.
Oh dang it! Now when the live chat function went off again
Uh-oh.
on YouTube, weird.
Huh. I have another screen over here, but shit, I forget. Do I have the
Yep.
M1 chip or okay, that's a plus 10.
Yeah. Kathy Bates is in again.
Kathy Bates, she wants to win those.
Well, last week when she won, she actually passed those on to Woody, and they're on the way to him right now.
All right. Well, I got her in there. I'm gonna circle those entries.
Cool thing.
Bang. All right. It is 09. I'm gonna spin this thing. Share screen. Here we go. Oh, wrong screen. Hang on. Stop sharing. That's the wrong screen. Because when I go add things, it brings it up to the top. And that's what happens. But I do have a wheel. All right. Good luck, everybody. This is worth an entry to the bottle giveaway on April 24th. Woody's Garage.
There we go. That guy's first time he's got one tonight.
Uh-huh. Woody's Gar right there. I know who that is.
Away and go with something completely different. I said somebody mixed
Oh,
it.
this is okay. Y'all don't get offended. If you do, I don't care. But don't get offended. Okay. It was going to be horse, and it can be if you want it to be, but you can ride either one.
Hashtag horrors.
Yeah, you can ride them.
Oh, well, I thought this show was PG-13. What the heck?
I don't know. Sometimes we go hard R. That's more like NC-17. That's not that
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
All right. Anyway,
Not too far out there.
horse or horse, whichever. I don't know. You can ride them.
Yes, sir. Or a small pour of the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye. Oh,
Well, I'm going to go ahead since I pulled it. Now, I had to pull the Oogie out, and I've been slow sipping that Oogie. So I'm going to go ahead and pour the Peerless now in my regular bourbon glass over here.
Yeah, Peerless Rye.
It's not rye. It's the
bourbon?
The bourbon. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's one of my favorite bottles, but I had another bottle like this one is a very specific small batch from a specific year. And it's 109 proof. And they made after that, someone had a Peerless, and I tried it at their house.
Mm-hmm.
And it was from a couple of years after this bottle, and it was not as good.
Oh. Oh, you've already offended Kathy.
Yep. All right, that's fine. Kathy can can't get. She's good at getting over the offense. Yeah.
A couple good pours of some decent whiskey, you'll be all right. Oh wow, that's completely different. That's candy.
I really want to try that fruity one you had though. I'm gonna text you. You can text it to me like everything. Then I'll look.
Oh, the Compass Box one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
How do you eat that?
That's a lot of fruity stuff there on that one. And I hear that they're going to be hard to come by nowadays.
That's what I'm thinking. No, I told Dad when I come out there, I'm gonna bring the rest of that Duke with me, the old Duke.
Oh, the original one.
The original Duke. And if y'all don't know, here's what's about to happen. So, Duke had Duke. It's got John Wayne on it, carrying his rifle. Right?
Yeah.
Then Duke switched, and they came up with this other crappy Duke.
Yeah, that's not nearly the same decent whiskey.
And they came up.
I mean, the Duke the original one was pretty decent.
They came up with this one.
Yep.
Same shit, right? Not same price, same all that. Different whiskey.
Yep.
This is good. And you can see I have about half a bottle. We're going to finish this year. This is my birthday right here. That's my birthday.
Okay.
Right there. Yep. I'm taking that with me.
Okay.
And we're going to enjoy the shit out of it. And I see that, and I'm going to get that marked down.
Right, guy, have you had a sample of the Tanager, or do you have a bottle?
All right, let's see. Oh yeah, rye guy. I got to mark rye guy down.
Yep.
All right. What time is? Oh yeah, I have time. I'm gonna go make the wheel good.
Okay, good. Okay, so I can just send you a sample of my blend, and you can compare with what you have. Fantastic. Yeah, it's my blend compared to the Tanager is a little bit more mouth coating, a little smoother and slightly sweeter. I think it turned out really good. It really did. But sadly, it uses a couple of distillery only releases in there, so most people are not going to be able to replicate that unless you're around here and snatched up a couple of bottles of stuff that nobody else can ever see. Like the Madeira cask one and the port finish rye, which was fantastic.
Mrs. Lori J, the samples are pretty much whatever you want them to be, unless you want the old Duke. I'm not gonna. Well, that may be all you get, but because I'm taking that for my birthday. But no, it's I was gonna default to sending North Carolina bourbons. We have some really good, and they distill. These are not NDPs. They distill. They procure grain here. They do all that. They're really good bourbons. I was gonna send North Carolina bourbons unless you want something different.
Thank you, Marty.
And if you win the samples tonight, just email me. We can talk.
Sorry, Ben. He's done away with the put me in. He ain't putting you in no more.
He said input me.
Yeah, basically the same thing.
Yeah. We can input him into the other file. So,
no, we give him a couple of my entries into the bottle.
Yeah, I take the garbage and recycle down every other week because garbage goes down every week, recycles every other week, and this week I just happened on Thursday I take it down because they run in the morning.
Yep.
And I took the recycle down, and every time I do, I check the mail, and then when I check the mail, I get to sort through the mail and throw away everything in the recycle while it's down there, and just bring like the one electric bill in, and that's what it was. Mr. Richie J, let me write this down here.
Oh, okay.
All right, put that
in.
I'm
a code guy, but I forgot about it.
Oh yeah. All right, let me spin right quick because my alarm went off a little bit ago. Let me do that, and then I'm gonna make the wheel good again. But we got to get this spunt. That's a word, right? SPUNT, spunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, the rye guy. Look at there.
There we go. Awesome, Charles.
That's an entry right there. Now then, set the last one up, and then we'll get this show. I know it's painful. Okay. We'll be out of y'all's hair in a little bit.
Peter White said, "Jody, did you get my email about on the glass stopper?"
I did. I'm wanting to reply to that and make sure. Yeah, I did, and it's highlighted. It's unread. I'm backlogged right now. I'm so backlogged right now. But all right, last one. Here we go. Down Under. This is Kangaroo. Kathy Bates put another one in. And there's K-Roo. It's the crew. Plus.
It's for the samples. 3 2-ounce samples as super chats. That's what they're for, Ben.
Oh, yeah. No. And here's what you're spending for. We're still doing a quarterly bottle giveaway. It's just not, we've done away because right now I'm having to double, triple work at work it's a long story anyway. We're switching over to this agile bull crap. Anyway, and it's a lot of work. So I had to trim the show down. I got rid of the quarterly drawing, but we're still doing the bottle giveaway which is based on a $90 bottle, which is the Still Lost and Nancy Fraley pick.
Yep.
You can pick a different bottle, but keep it under 100, and we'll send it to you.
If we can get it.
If you win it, we'll get you that. All negotiable. But if you don't have a preference, we'll send you the Nancy Fraley pick. But these hashtags are for one entry each with an asterisk, which means you have to be present to win unless you have supered. If you super, none of your entries have hashtags, whether you got them from here or there or not. So it's worth maybe giving $1 or $2, just to get your hashtags with no asterisk, just in case you can't make the spin. But on April 24th, we're spending for the bottle. So every $1 gets you 2 entries to the samples tonight and that bottle coming up in April. So that's all of that. Oh yeah, I was going to go make it real right. Let me do that.
April 24th, 25th?
24th.
24th? Okay.
All right. 10 for Kathy.
Let me see if I can find this banner thing here again. There we go.
There we go.
Yep. Run the banner in there for you.
And Mr. Richie J.
Oganagave just went live. I'm gonna check him out here in a minute.
Yeah, we're going to
get up here.
There we go. All right, wheel's good.
All right.
Circle that one.
I got a clean.
See, that's the way I do. I mark down the entries, and then when I put them on the wheel, I circle.
Okay.
That way, if I get caught up, and anything that doesn't have a circle on it, I have to go put it on the wheel.
Oh, there we go. Let's go with the Kentucky Bourbon. And I'm going to go with a weeded one.
Woo, man, that Peerless is all right.
I'll show you that and give you one guess.
Oh, yeah. That is Green River. Yeah.
There you go.
I had to look around and see the label on the bottle, but yeah.
Nailed it. This could be my second bottle of Green River Weeded. If y'all have not tried this one, get you some of that. It's quite tasty.
And also, that is the weeded. Anyway,
yeah, just a weeder.
This one's good too. It is the Kentucky Straight. It's the
regular bourbon or
their sour mash is really good too.
Oh,
yeah, it's really good, dude. Yeah.
Wait a minute, is that the one I got here? Yeah,
I've got the weeder. Yeah, I've got the weeder. The blue is weeded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that, and then I got the foolproof one at 117.3. It's quite good too.
I'm getting Bourbon Engineer down here. Hang on.
All right.
There we go. Now I need to go make the wheel good.
How's the bottle give me with all the same tracking spin? Yeah. Oh yes, it's much easier. I think a whole lot less tracking and stuff with the quarterly drawing, and a lot less names on a freaking huge wheel. Oh my God, the size of that wheel is crazy.
Well, and I'm
hours to load all the names on that wheel for the quarterly drawing.
Yeah, it took a long time to do that. I would actually start the day ahead to get all the names on it. But the thing with it is, though, is if you notice, I have the same intro every week. I have the same. I'm recycling through 2 different sample giveaways things, because what was killing me is every single week I was coming up. I had to come up with a top 10 list. I had to edit everything. I had to do, and it was hours, and everything was building on top of itself. And there were days that I would work till 7 at night and go, I don't feel like doing shit. I'll do it tomorrow. And then the next day I get hung up and I only have, and eventually it comes to a head. You have to pop the pimple and just do it. And then you get stuck, you know, with 6 hours worth of shit in an
Yeah.
evening on a Wednesday night getting ready for the show the next day. And it was just too much. But no, I'm
Yep.
coming up with streamlined ways to keep the thing moving and have
Hmm.
it with the good stuff and everything, hopefully. But it takes me much less time
Yep.
because otherwise I'm going to burn out and that's going to be the end of it.
Yep.
All right, we got to spin this last one here. Good luck, everybody, on this one. And if we have repeat winners, that's why I have to start now because Sugar Kitty is
That's a
a
repeat.
+1. See, this is why I have
Keep
to
it.
start early because I have to draw again.
Spin them again.
Spin them again, and we could run through a bunch of folks. Boom, Jenny B. Jenny B, that's the first one. Yep, that's the first one. Jenny B, congratulations.
Lori says, "How much to become a member? What is the bottle name on that John Wayne bottle? The original. I wish I could get in on those samples."
Oh, they don't make it anymore, Lori. I've
Yeah.
got I've got the Duke from way back,
Yeah. A
and
couple of
it was
years,
the
2 or 3 years
original
ago.
recipe. And they got into financial trouble or something, had to switch, and they went with another distillery. And they
Yeah.
basically said, "Whatever, we're not going to try to replicate your grandfather's bourbon. We're
Yeah.
going to make this,
Hmm.
and
And still call it
we'll
the Duke, and
still
it's
call it
not as
Duke,
good.
but it's not the same."
No. Yeah. The original one was what, 2, 3 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, about 4 maybe now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that
one
was the last
was
of the
good.
bottle.
Now, granted, it's an easy sipping bourbon. There's not a lot of notes going on. It's sweet. You got your vanillas and
It's
that kind of
fruity.
stuff going.
It's fruity. It's fruit
And
forward.
a little fruity
Yeah.
too.
That's what made me
But
think of it. Earlier, you were talking about that very fruit because we call it fruit salad. As
gotcha.
yeah. And
Yeah,
so, but yeah, but I'm taking it with me when I go. And on the week of my birthday, I am finishing. We are going to finish that bottle off.
there you go. I'll help you.
It won't take us more than 1 or 2 nights to finish it off, but when I get there with it, I'm putting it up until the week I'm off. And then I'm going to pick the perfect time to do it. Uh-oh. That's it, babies. Everybody,
Yep.
the wheel's good. We have to spin. Here we go.
Well,
All right.
Jody, if I can't get around there, save me pour me off like a 2 ounce sample of it.
All right. We'll try. We'll no promises. All right. I'm going to shuffle a whole bunch of times. I don't even count. I just talk a little bit while I'm hitting shuffle and then I hit spin. This is for the samples tonight, right here.
Whiskey Nose says, Jody, didn't me and you buy
Right
our
guy.
Dukes in Tennessee?
All
The
right.
right guy.
Right guy.
Nice.
All right.
Congratulations,
Please
Charles.
email me, Rye Guy. Please email me at
I'll
Bourbon
send you
Bounty.
his info. I have his info, Jody.
Okay. Okay.
I'll send it to you.
All right. I'll get your info from Mark. Screw. Don't email me. I don't need more spam. No.
uh, Whiskey Nose says, Jody, didn't me and you buy our Dukes in Tennessee at B&B?
Yes. Yes, we
Bourbon on the
did.
Bank?
And that's the last of the Dukes that they had. Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's why I quit drinking it. And that's why I still have half a bottle of it because Dad and I love it. And it's what John Wayne drank. And we are going to enjoy the shit out of it because they changed it after that. They had to
Yeah.
switch distilleries.
Let me see here. I got to look for his info real quick so I can be sure to send that.
Okay.
That's
But
not good.
look at how much bourbon I still have to drink. There's going to be a nice after party.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Be a cool
Rycast
little.
says you already have his info, which you might.
I might, but I just like it at the top of the box. You know, if you can
Yeah,
send me or he can send me, I don't care who sends me.
I'm sure that I have it somewheres.
Mm-hmm.
I know
But
because
we are at time, guys, and if nothing else, we always end the show on time. So I
we
hope
sure
y'all had a
try.
good time, man. If you haven't done so, hit that like, and yeah,
Yep. Peace, love, and whiskey, y'all.
peace,
Cheers.
love, and whiskey. All right.